Hello everyone, welcome once again to Brandeo Collection. Today, we're going to go over our top autograph pickups of 2021. So stick around here as we go through each of these exciting items we added to the collection. All right. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to spend a little time going through the top 10 autographs that we added to the collection in the year of 2021. 2021 was a wonderful year of adding new autographs to the collection. A lot of great private signings going on. The opportunity to actually go back in person and get some autographs at local conventions. It was a great time to really start getting back into things when it comes to collecting autographs. Before we jump into that, if you haven't already, please like this video, drop a comment below. It helps us grow the channel. It helps us bring more content just like this as we jump into these different topics. So what we're going to do next is we'll jump into our countdown of those top 10 autographs of 2021. So before I jump into the top 10, I do have one honorable mention, and that is actually going to be something that I'm sure anybody out there who's a fan of this person and was keeping an eye on these, and that is going to be Taylor Swift. Now, I gotta say, I'm not gonna hide it. I do like Taylor Swift, but I was excited that as she's been re-releasing and redoing her albums, doing her Taylor's version of these different CDs, she's been signing those CDs and selling them on her website. So I picked up a couple different of those albums, but my personal favorite is the Fearless album. So that is number 11, or an honorable mention here in our list of top autographs of 2021. Now that we have that one, what we're going to do is we'll jump into number 10. Number 10 is going to be this shot here, signed by Ana de Armas. She is a great up-and-coming actor known from Blade Runner 2049. She was in Knives Out. She was in the most recent James Bond film as well. So she is going to be one of those actresses that you're going to keep an eye on as time goes on. I was able to pick up this particular shot from a Facebook group, from a signing. In those cases, somebody who had this that was signed years ago and they were selling it. So I'm happy to add this one to the collection. Number 9 is the first of a couple different multi-pieces I have here on the collection, and that is going to be the battle, or the siege, I should say, of Mandalore shot that I have here of Ahsoka versus Darth Maul from the final season of Clone Wars. And here we have signed by 3 different people. You have Ashley Eckstein, who is the voice of Ahsoka. You have Lauren Mary Kim, who was the stunt double who performed all of the motion capture for that lightsaber fight from the end of the Clone Wars. And then also on here is Sam Witwer, who is the voice of Darth Maul in both the Clone Wars, Rebels, and in Solo. So this shot only needs one other person, and then it is 100% complete. The last person, of course, is Ray Park, the person who is the original Darth Maul from Episode 1, and he also performed the stunts and motion capture for that fight as well. So once I have an opportunity to go to a signing with Ray Park, which he signs a lot, so I'm not afraid of that happening, but we'll get that to be the last person on here, and then it will be a wonderful piece. But as it stands right now, I'm really happy the way it looks with the blue and the red, and just waiting for Ray Park to do his next signing somewhere we can get that done. Number 8 is going to be a classic film, and one of those shots that is crazy that I have it. Even though these actors have done signings before, it is kind of crazy to have these classic, very high-end kind of A-list actors in my collection, and that is going to be this shot from The Godfather with Al Pacino and James Caan. Now, they did 2 separate signings with 2 separate companies, and I was able to send these in for those 2 different signings and get it completed. So I'm happy that I have this one in the collection. The only reason why it's a little lower on here is because Al Pacino's autograph is a little hard to see in person compared to the scan that we have up right now, but it does look great still. He signed closer to the tree compared to where I actually gave the instruction to have him sign more up in the lighter area, but I can't complain too much because I can still see it, and it's great to have these 2 actors on this shot and have this in the collection. So that's the reason why it's lower, but it's still here in our top 10 at number 8. Moving on to number 7. Number 7 is Adam Driver as Kylo Ren from The Rise of Skywalker. Now, this was actually, it's funny, this is one of those occasions where COVID really did push things out. I ordered this particular shot to get signed back in the beginning. It was around March, actually probably even earlier than that, beginning of 2020, pre all of the craziness with the pandemic and everything with that. So I ordered it back then, and that signing that he was doing kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed because of COVID, because of other types of factors. And finally, I was able to get this one shipped to me in 2021. I love this shot. My only kind of thing is that I've kind of gone away from getting things personalized, and that's not from a selling standpoint. That's just purely, I think it looks better without my name on there. But I'm still happy to have this personalized to myself. Kylo Ren being my favorite character from the sequel Star Wars films. So I love Adam Driver as an actor. I think he's amazing. So I'm very happy to have this particular shot and have this one in the collection. So that is number 7. Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. Now, the next one we have here is another multi-piece, and that is going to be number 6, which is my Star Wars Rebels poster. Now, you'll see there's a couple of different actors on here. I was able to get a lot of the main Ghost crew, so you have Taylor Gray, Freddie Prinze Jr., Vanessa Marshall, and Tia Sakar. I got those signatures in 2020, and then last year in 2021, I was able to send this poster back out to get signed by Ashley Eckstein, who's Ahsoka Tano, and send it also out for David Oello, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, who plays Agent Callus on the show. So those are the 2 that I added in 2021, which brings this poster closer to full completion. I would love to get Dave Filoni on here at some point. Not only is he, of course, the creator of the show, but he's also the voice of Chopper. So it would be great to add him on there, and then we can kind of round things up and finish things with the main people from the show. But as it stands, it's one of my favorite pieces in my collection, and I was able to get it even closer to completion in 2021. So that's number 6. Number 5. So now we're in the top 5 of 2021. If you haven't already, hit that like button, drop a comment below of your favorite pieces, subscribe to our channel, help us grow, help you bring more videos just like this to you. We're happy to share these and continue to have these additional videos for you. So now moving to number 5. Number 5 is a dual shot with Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. Now, I had separate pieces that I got from other signings over the years from Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor, respectively, but this is my first piece with both of them on the same one. It is the Duel of Mustafar from Star Wars Episode 3, my favorite of the prequel films. I love this shot. It's something that I've always kind of dreamed of having signed by these 2 actors. One of my favorite scenes in all of Star Wars. And now I have this one. It is one that recently came in. I only got this right at the end of the year, and it's a great way to kind of wrap things up as the year goes on. So that is number 5, Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. Moving on to number 4. Number 4 is going to be one that I got right at the beginning of the year. The signing happened somewhere January, February of 2021, and then got this one not too long after that. And that is going to be this photo signed by Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, the last time that Harrison Ford signed, back in 2019, 2020, that last signing he did, I got a Han Solo shot from Empire Strikes Back, And then when he did this last signing that he did at the beginning of 21, I decided, okay, based on how much he is, based on what I already have, I'm going to go with Indiana Jones in this case, because we got to have each of the iconic characters that he played. So got Han Solo now, got Indiana Jones, and I love this piece. I love that it's signed right by the gun, like he's shooting out his name. But this is a great piece, and I'm happy to have an Indiana Jones shot in the collection of Harrison Ford. So that is number 4. Now moving into the top 3. Now, I'm going to tell you now, all 3 of the top 3 pieces are multi-signed pieces, whether it be more than 2 people or just 2 people from there. So we're going to get exciting and some big, really nice items there in the top 3. Number 3 is going to be another piece that I was able to pick up through a private sale online, that another fellow autograph collector was selling this. It was already authenticated, and it had room to grow and add some additional people to it. And that is going to be my Civil War Team Captain America shot here that has Chris Evans, Sebastian Stan, Elizabeth Olsen, and Anthony Mackie on it. So it has each of them. Not only does it have each of them, it has them with their character names there. This is an 11x14 shot that has everybody. And it actually is out in the mail right now to get Jeremy Renner added on there with Hawkeye. So Jeremy Renner is going to be the next one. And then once he signs it, the only person I need left to complete this shot is going to be Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. And then I can wrap it up, and that shot's going to be complete. And the reason why it was perfect timing to pick up that shot in 2021 is because of that signing that SWAU is doing with Robert Downey Jr., as part of that signing, I actually started a Team Iron Man shot, 11x14 as well, with Robert Downey Jr. as the first person signing on that shot. So that way, I have a Team Cap shot that's complete, and I have a Team Iron Man shot that hopefully at some point we can add all of the actors that are in that shot as well. So it will look awesome with all those main Marvel stars collected there on those 2 different shots. So I'm really happy to have this shot, and I love that it has the character names, and I love that it really is nice and clear with all those great actors. Now moving into the top 2. Number 2 is one that if you've watched any of the recent videos we've posted here on our channel, you'll know exactly this piece. You've seen it before. Actually, you saw it in the video posted right before this one. And that is going to be Natalie Portman with Hayden Christensen. This was the final item that we got in all of the year of 2021. The last thing, it wrapped up the year in a wonderful, kind of really big, bombastic way. And I'm really, really excited to finally have an official Natalie Portman autograph in the collection. Now, before this, I had her Fables children's book that she wrote. She signed some of those, and those came out in 2020. I had that. That was the only autograph of hers I had prior to it. And now I actually have something on a photo that I selected, something that I wanted in the collection, and I'm really happy to have that. Now, I'm looking forward now in 22 to get the rest of the Natalie Portman items that I ordered that are being waited to be signed by a couple other people. So stick around here and you'll see those great items once they come in. So that is number 2, Natalie Portman and Hayden Christensen. So now that we've gone through all these items, we've gone through all of these here, we now made it to number 1, the number 1 best item that I picked up autograph related in 2021. This project, I received it in 2021, but the orders that were placed to get this item started in 2020. So it started in the beginning of 2020 through the rest of that year into the beginning of 21. And after all those individual private signings happened, I finally got the item in hand in the beginning of 21. And that is going to be my Mandalorian Season 1 poster signed by the entire main cast of the show. Out of all these different items that we've talked about today, this is the item that still completely blows me away. Now, these actors that are on this show may not be the biggest A-list actors that have ever walked the earth or been in all these other big shows, or they're not the kind of the main people in Star Wars history, But one of the craziest things to really think about with this poster is the fact that you have all the main actors. And how many times can you say that you were able to get all of the main actors and all the main characters of a TV show all within a year? All within, from the ordering in 2020 and then getting it delivered to you in the beginning of 21. That's really just kind of blows my mind. And that's really a testament to SWAU, which is where all these signings happened. They were able to get all the main characters of Mandalorian to sign with them. A lot of them have become exclusive clients that work exclusively with them as well for any future signings. So it's great that if anybody else in the future wants to start projects like this with these actors from The Mandalorian, it's very possible. It's one of those things that in the future we're going to look back and say, wow, like, The Mandalorian is a great piece of history in the history of Star Wars, being the first live-action Star Wars TV show, being as big and as popular as it became, and being able to have these actors. So you can see here on this shot, I'm actually going to switch over to a shot that I put the names of the actors next to their signatures so we can kind of go through there and see exactly what we have. But we have here, we have Pedro Pascal, of course, who is the Mandalorian. We have Giancarlo Esposito as Moff Gideon. We have Misty Rosas, who plays the stunt performer. She's the one that's actually in the suit for Queel. Next to her is actually Nick Nolte, who is the voice of Queel, and of course a big actor as well. Next to them, you have Gina Carano there, signed big as Cara Dune. Chris Bartlett, who he was Zero in the show. That's kind of like the main robot that he played in season 1, but he also played a couple other robot or droid roles, I should say, not robot, droid roles in seasons 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian. We have Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed himself, but he's on here, of course, in The Mandalorian. We have Brendan Wayne and Lateef Crowder. They are the two stuntmen who play the Mandalorian for different types of roles. You got Brendan Wayne, who is the grandson of John Wayne, and he is the one, the kind of gunslinger type of vibe. He's the one doing that Western walk. He's the one that does a lot of the kind of gunplay and everything. And then you have Lateef Crowder, who is the brawler, per se, who does a lot of the kind of hand-on-hand fights as the Mandalorian in the suit. So you have them on there. You have Julia Jones, who was in season 1 as when Mando goes to the planet where he's helping the people fight the different people who had the AT-ST. So that's the woman that he's been talking to, Amira, I believe is her name. You have her. You got Werner Herzog on there. Oh my God, he is one of the legends in the history of Hollywood when it comes to directors and acting. So it's wonderful to have him on this poster. And then you got Omid Abtahi, I believe. I'm butchering names. I apologize. But he's on there. He's Dr. Pershing. He's the one working with the client, with Werner Herzog, to do research on the child, on Grogu. So we have all those people on there. Now, this is focused specifically on the actors from season 1, because this is the season 1 poster. I do have an order right now for season 2 that has all the main actors of season 2 on there as well. That's still with SWAU because they're still releasing new signers and announcing more people to be added to that poster. So they're going to keep that poster until everybody that needs to sign has signed it. So I'm excited when that eventually comes in. They did just recently announce they're doing a private signing with Ming-Na Wen, who's Fennec Shand, not only just in The Mandalorian, but in Book of Boba Fett. So I'm adding her to that season 2 poster. I may actually send this in and get her added since she was in that one episode in season 1. And we'll see what other pieces we get from there. So those are all of the items. Those are the top 10 with that honorable mention kind of acting as 11 of all the items we got in 2021 that we wanted to focus on. Now, of course, other than these 11 items, there were many other autographs we added in 2021. We shared some of those with you guys here on the channel whenever we got those autograph hauls, and we're going to continue to do that as we continue to grow the channel and bring you more videos and focus a lot more on autograph collecting in 2022. So once again, if you enjoyed this video, please like it, Put a comment below of what your favorite piece was. Let us know actually as well, if you're an autograph collector, what is your favorite piece that you picked up either in 21 or favorite piece that you've picked up all around in your collecting? I'm very interested to know exactly what type of stuff you focus on. Subscribe to our channel. That way you can be notified whenever we post new videos just like this and any other pop culture related videos we post here, whether it be about autographs, comic books, and much, much more. So thank you so much for taking some time to watch our video today. And as always, keep on collecting.